Hello, welcome along. In this short session I'm just going to show you about matching inside the Active Directory project, which we can now do inside MigrationWiz. What I want to show you is just an add-on to the other videos, so hopefully you've watched those ones. But what I'm showing you here is what happens if you've got a user, in this case Madeline Hunter exists in our set of people to migrate, but what if she already exists on the target and we want to match it up? So here we have an account here under, not under the Cozy Mouse, we have it under the UK OU, and you can see Madeline Hunter is here, and we want to basically merge that. So we're going to take the data that's in this account here and put it over the top. But how do we ensure that it's being written to this Madeline Hunter and not just creating a brand new one? So let me show you how the matching works inside the console. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that she is synced in. So let's have a look at the process here. We've got an auto sync happening. I'm just going to hit start scan and get that up there. That should change to 8. There we go, there's 8, good. And we'll find that it will now be in the console. Now what I want to show you here is if I go into her record, we do get to match on a number of different items if we want to, but the one I'm looking at under the attribute editor is going to be the employee ID. If I run through here, you'll find it there. So you can see here, E90793. We're going to use that as its matching criteria across into the target. And if we have a look on the target as well, you'll find that if we look under Madeline Hunter, attributes here, and have a look at employee ID, there it is set there. So you'd probably have some sort of script or something running that would be stamping those employee IDs sort of cross migration. However they get in there is up to you, but the point is that we do have a matching field here. Now how do we do that in the console? Let's go in there and take a look. If we go into the console itself and I hit refresh, we should find Madeline will show up. Now we don't need to specify anything with target OU. We know that this particular person is going to match, so that obviously becomes a bit irrelevant. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to go to the edit project and go in here. And if I look at the advanced options, you'll find there is matching criteria here. And this is what it's asking us to, what do you want them to match on? So you can see we've got things like email address, UPN prefix and the like, but I'm going to use employee ID. I could use any of these for the matching, but I'm choosing this one here. Now that's going to be automatically saved, so we'll jump back in here. I'm going to grab this one and say write to target. Off we go. Our licensing and our number 1, yes, thank you. And that will be awaiting its first sync. So let's go and drop that down, have a look inside here. I'm going to force that along, just hit the trigger a manual heartbeat. And I'm expecting of the objects that it is going to sync, we're going to get an update user for Madeline rather than a create new one. Yes, there we go. Look, update user Madeline Hunter. That obviously means that it's found something because it hasn't had to write a brand new item. So let's go and have a look in here and see if it has in fact updated this entry. So let's have a look at the Cozy Mouse here. We can see if we refresh that, she's not appearing here, which is good. Let's hit the UK one and hit a refresh there as well. And look at that. Description of sync test, so we're pretty good. Now that, as you can see, that is the data that was on the source object, which has now been written. The match has come through correctly. It's found her with the employee ID, and then it's done that straight over the top. And you can see there we are. There's our address we put in there. So there. Now obviously you want to be careful with these sort of options just to make sure that you are matching correctly and you are doing exactly what is required in the target. But you can see matching purposes, if you've got people that already exist and you are merging across from one to the other, that is how you do it. I use the employee ID there, but you can use any of those items. In fact, we like to use the UPN prefix as one of them. It's a nice easy one to use, but you can see how that now works.